Man's going to give you a speech, aight? I hope none of you had a clue what I just said. But it pains my heart to inform you that many teenagers out there believe that to be an acceptable way to speak. You see, there is an epidemic raging through our teenage population. An epidemic I call slang. The victims of this disease are contaminating English. And we must take a stand before it infects us all. Sadly, I have witnessed the effects of this illness. Last Wednesday, in an English lesson of all places, a friend said to our teacher, "Mans will just cotchin' a lie." Mans? Cotchin' a lie? Understandably, the teacher assumed he'd insulted her and gave him a detention. I believe that the negative image many adults have of us teenagers is largely due to this slang-induced language barrier. It's hard to blame teens, though, when words like yardie, bling bling, and bootylicious have all been added to the Oxford English Dictionary. Maybe we should call it the Bronx English Dictionary. Why are we sanctioning this flagrant abuse of our language? There were already perfectly good words for these things. Would we accept if one day, instead of asking, "How do you do?" the Queen said, "What a guan?" Or if the Times read, "David Cameron be cotchin' with Nick Clegg." Of course, some may argue that slang unites teenagers and gives us a sense of identity. But what about when we become adults? We'll be the teachers, lawyers, and politicians of the future. But how will we communicate if we cannot articulate? In the wise words of Whitney Houston, I believe that children are our future. And what a bleak future it will be if we succumb to this sickness. The National Literacy Trust found that less than half of children aged 9 to 14 read fiction more than once a month. And I think that's the root of the problem. Limited reading equals limited vocabulary equals slang. So, books are the vaccine. But if they don't work, there's always forced elocution lessons, terms in jail, and maybe even capital punishment. We must do whatever it takes to hammer it into teenagers that we've got to speak properly, you get me? Oh no, it appears I've contracted the disease. Bam! You must find a cure, blood. Save yourselves before it's too late.